Perfect. All right, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll start with Tennessee offensive lineman Jerome Carvin. To ask a question to Jerome, please hit the raise your hand function. We'll start with Eric Kane, and then we'll go to David Ubbin.
Hey, Jerome, just over halfway into spring practice so far, new offensive line coach, new coaching staff, new scheme. How would you say that you are adapting to this level of play on offense and, being coached by Glenn Ellerby?
Man, everything's been going great. It's been a transition early on, learning a new playbook, but man, we took strides, man. This offense is fast, tempo offense. So we got to learn quick. And it's really been going great this spring.
Jerome, how would you say that you have progressed in spring practice so far? And were there any other young guys that have stood out to you in practice?
Well, I progressed. We're just really working on little things, man, small details, man, hand placement, man, just simple as getting 2 feet in the ground, man, on contact. That's just some things I've been trying to focus on, just harping on the little techniques and the fundamentals of being offensive lineman. Some young guys, man, you see flashes out of Spraggs. You see a lot of flashes out of even Kingston Harris. Man, Dane Davis has really been, man, he's had a great spring so far. Man, and, Coop, those guys right there, man, they're making a big stride this spring. So yeah, I'm glad they had a spring, man. This is great for them.
Patrick Brown and Rob Lewis.
Hey, Jerome, we talked to Coach Ellerby after practice yesterday, and he mentioned that he had recruited you when you were coming out of high school. I guess he would have been at Missouri at the time. What do you remember about him as a coach then, and kind of what was it like having him come and be your coach now?
Yeah, he was at Mizzou when he recruited me. Pretty much the same thing he's been harping on, man. He's big family guy. He's as an O-line coach, man, very detail oriented. Harps on the little things as most O-line coaches are, man. And he really emphasizes small things, man, very detailed things, that to separate yourself and that can really, man, boost your level of play.
He mentioned that he was kind of glad that he didn't get you at Missouri, obviously, but he was glad to get a chance to coach you now. What was his first, I don't want to say reintroduction when he came to Tennessee? What was kind of one of the first things he said to you when he got the job here?
Yeah, he was kind of like it, man. Everything's full circle, man. They recruited me really hard coming out of high school. Decided to come to Tennessee, man, and it's just my first conversation with it was just, man, picked up from where we left off, man. Just came full circle.
Jerome, you mentioned the up tempo. How much of a challenge has that been for the offensive lineman conditioning wise to get used to running as many plays in a game as Coach Heupel wants to run?
Really hasn't been difficult. Our strength and conditioning staff, they do an awesome job off season. Even when they came in late January, early February, man, they put us to work quick, man. We ran, man, and they really translated to our offense and our up-tempo play style, man. It's really been good. We still got some ways to go, but, I mean, everything's been going pretty smooth so far.
And just what's been the biggest difference as far as, X's and O's stuff, things that Coach Ellerby and Coach Heupel emphasize that maybe you guys have to change how you do things on the offensive line?
I mean, well, football is football, so the schematic things really haven't really changed too much. But, I mean, there's some small details, it's like offensive line-wise, like footwork. Like there's different footwork than like a normal pro style offense will have or any other offense will have. So that's probably been the biggest thing that's been different. Other than that, man, it's just football.
Vince, then Ben McKee.
Jerome, talk about that group of running backs. Obviously, it's a little bit different group for a lot of people to see, but you have some big boys back there. Everybody's over 200 pounds. Give us your thoughts on blocking for some of those big guys back there.
Yeah, man. Young group, man. I love those guys, man. They play hard, man. It's a young group, man, but they play together. Starting with Jabari Smalls, man. He's gonna be a good back, man. He's probably maturing. I mean, he's still a young guy, still a sophomore. So he's been practicing pretty well. D Beckwith, man, his big back, man. He runs like it too. So I love when D gets in there, man, changes up. Man, Jalen Wright, he's gonna be a good kid. He's showing flashes, man. He's an exciting player. Tyon Evans, even he's an exciting player as well. Come from JUCO. So just that whole room, T. Hodge, you know what I'm saying, not leave out anybody. Like, man, that whole room, man, the room is gonna be exciting to watch.
Yeah, Jerome, Coach talked yesterday about you playing guard and center. Do you have a preference, and kind of what does your workload look like in terms of trying to improve at both spots?
Yeah, so right now I've been like you said, been playing mostly guard and center, the interior spots, and I mean that's pretty my preference. Interior, anything interior, I can play it. Don't really matter which side. But other than that, I mean, it's been. What was the second part of the question? I'm sorry.
Just kind of how you manage working at both guard and center to improve, what that looks like.
Oh yeah, it's simple. Yeah, so interior it's pretty much similar. Only difference with center, man, you just had the ball in your hand. But just been, like I said earlier, been trying to focus on small details, working hand placement, man, getting 2 feet in the ground, and overall just finishing.
Gustavo, then Blake.
Jerome, 9 practices in. So how do you see your development of the O-line? You mentioned you have to, learn a new offense, a really fast offense. So how do you see your unit and yourself developing through all those 9 practices?
Development has been going pretty smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said early on was a transition, just learning their different play style. But now going in 9 practices, man, it flew by really fast, man. But we gained a lot of ground and just excited for the rest of the practice in the spring game.
Jerome, what would you say is the most exciting part of this offense for a player, and then what's the most challenging part to learn?
Most exciting, man, man, when we get the roll in the up tempo, man, you can really see the defense faltering. You can really see them like it's taking a toll on them. And while you know what I'm saying, our conditioning is up to par. You know what I'm saying? You can just see it, and man, as me as an offensive lineman, I see a D lineman get tired. Man, that's joy. You know what I'm saying? So we can go ahead and get ready to punch it in. A challenge would probably be just really like the beginning, like adjusting to it, because it's a different play style. Like not a lot of people run it, and that's probably would be the most challenging. Once you get that down, man, it's gonna be fun.
And then, how would you describe Alex Golish's personality?
Juice. I would say Coach Golish has a lot of juice. Our offensive coordinator, man, he makes sure he has juice every day, brings it, makes sure, what I'm saying, he pours into us as what he has in him. And, we appreciate him for that.
Wes, then David.
Hey, Jerome, in terms of getting going again and learning a new offense, was that something that you kind of had to get yourself motivated to do it first? Was there some hesitancy there, or is that just change part of it and you got to roll with it?
No, you just roll with it. Man, playing football, man, is still fun, man. It's a fun game. It's college. I have fun. I enjoy playing football. I enjoy learning. I feel like I'm a true student of the game. Just from the X and O standpoint. Once you adjust, once you go through the hard parts of the transition, like you said, man, it's really smooth, man. You just really get hone on the small details.
Jerome, you've said a couple times the small details. What are some examples of those things where you've seen Coach Ellerby have that? And then secondly, toughest defensive player to block on this roster right now?
The small details is like, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but man, just hand placement in the run game, just eyes and pass pro. Make sure your eyes on your right man, or what I'm saying, make sure you're in the slide. Make sure your eyes are in the slide. Footwork, like just making sure you, like I said, 2 feet in the ground, and just those are small examples of small details. And your second question, the hardest guy to block. We got some guys up front that can really play, man. Starting with Elijah Simmons, he's a load up front, man. It's fun going against Elijah. Matt Butler, a veteran guy, been playing for a long time. He hustles. Like he really works. You got to outwork him. He's a hard player, hard working player. And another guy, Darrell Middleton. Darrell, you know what I'm saying, older guy, you know what I'm saying, has experience playing football, man, and he's a hard guy too.
Eric Kane and Patrick Brown.
Hey, Jerome, kind of going off what Rob asked a little while ago, different offense, different scheme. I keep hearing vertical run lanes. And so it makes me think a lot more zone in this offense. What are some of the biggest difference in the blocking schemes from what you guys have been doing to what you're going to be doing?
Well, from the zone scheme point of view, I mean, it's all the same. We're on a version of inside zone, run some. The only thing really different about the zone scheme is probably the outside zone and just like I said, the different footwork about it. But other than that, man, it's still zone scheme. Another thing that's like probably different than other offenses, like, man, the man scheming. And not to go into big detail, but like it's not like a big scheme that everyone runs. And that's what really separates this offense from any other offense I've been in.
Jerome, I know last year was a free year of eligibility for everybody, but you're going into what would be your senior year. Is it kind of hard to believe you're at that point of your career? Does it feel like it's flown by at all? And do you kind of feel like you have to be an upperclassman and a guy that kind of leads by example or leads vocally for some of your younger guys on the offensive line?
Yeah, man, it feel like 4 years flew by. I feel like, man, just a year ago I was a freshman. But yeah, time flies. And, just me being a part of this program, just the different guys that have been in our room, Pacific, O-line Pacific, Trey Smith, Brandon Kennedy, even bringing a new addition, Cade Mays, when he came in. Just that, man, you know what I'm saying? You love that, you love this part, man. You love that part of just being a part of Tennessee. And yeah, man, it's been an honor to play here for sure. And man, we're still going, we're still pushing, and excited for this new season, and just ready to play.
Thanks, Jerome, for your time. We have Caden Cooper here right now too. Thank you.
Thank you.